Hey, Taylor Kaspar. I help parents make sure that if something happens to them, their minor children are covered through comprehensive estate planning. A question I get a lot is, do I need life insurance? And I'm going to tell you, at least for the clients that I typically work with who happen to often be young families in their 30s and 40s, sometimes 20s, but mostly 30s and 40s, young children. Everybody's well under the age of 18, elementary school, maybe early middle types of family setups and dynamics. So majoritively for those types of clients that I'm working with, the answer is going to be yes. Yes, you likely need life insurance. Unless your financial portfolio is so large that we're looking at a taxable estate and we're not worried because you have more money than Warren Buffett, then by all means don't be insured. But for many of us common folk, we often are going to need life insurance to make sure that if I'm in my 30s and something happens to me, that my minor children, who right now are 7, 6, 4, and 2, are gonna have enough money that that's going to help them make it one to the age of majority, and then also, which is 18, right? And then also once they're 18, maybe have a little nest egg to supplement the fact that I'm not here. I wouldn't be here to help them out with college or whatever their post-secondary education choices are. I wouldn't be here to help them get that first apartment or whatever it is that they're going to want to do when they're 18 and beyond, go to cosmetology school, get an HVAC certificate, travel, anything. There just wouldn't be me to help them. And so life insurance is often a way that can help. Life insurance is going to create that liquid cash that we're replacing by way of the fact that you are not here anymore, right? So if you die, we've lost your income earning potential, right? There's no more income coming in from you anymore. Now, granted, there are things like Social Security survivors benefits for minors, but it's not going to be the same amount of money as your income would be, right? To cover whatever's going on in your household, just the same way as your Social Security, if you retire, is not the same amount of money that you're making while you're working. So yes, there's Social Security, but that's not going to cover everything that you are going to want your children to have to cover their needs, especially because over the years as we work, our income potential tends to go like this, right? It's rising. Social Security is going to stay flat and it's going to be the same. So you want to make sure that if you die, which God forbid, I hope nobody watching this video, that's going to be their story in the next few years, but better safe than sorry, right? Better to be covered. So in the event that you die and your children are minors, you want to make sure that there's enough money coming back into the household to take care of them, that we don't have problems of our children being in poverty by way of our own death. A lot of people also discount having life insurance on the stay-at-home spouse. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I've got life insurance on my husband, and if he dies, that's the income that we're missing. But there is a monetary value to the stay-at-home parent. The stay-at-home parent is making sure that children are cared for, so children aren't in daycare often if you have a stay-at-home parent or don't have a nanny, or if they have a nanny, it's probably lesser than if both parents were working. But there's a childcare savings because of the stay-at-home parent. There's a meal preparation savings. Who's doing all the cooking and the cleaning and the transporting the children and the ironing the working parent shirts or whatever it is? Who's doing all that stuff if the stay-at-home parent is no more? If that person is gone, you need money to replace that person's presence. You need money to replace the childcare that they provide, the meals that they cook, the grocery shopping that they do, just everything that they do. There is a monetary value to that, because where we don't have time, we have to pay for those things with money to make sure that they get done. So the stay-at-home parent also is very, very much an integral part of the home. And it costs money. If they were to die, we have a huge windfall and a huge loss that we need to cover by way of the fact that that person is no longer there. Additionally, if somebody dies, what's the likelihood that we want to go right back to work tomorrow? probably not super high. You probably want to be able to take a little bit of time off, and that might be unpaid. So you might want to take a little time off to be with the children, to reestablish a new lifestyle by way of one parent now being deceased. And so the life insurance proceeds might cover that as well. Okay, so lots of reasons you might need life insurance and lots of things to think about with respect to that. The other thing that I hear a lot of questions about is how much life insurance do I need? And that's not something that I can answer for you with any sort of specificity. The answer to that is always going to be, it depends, right? It's going to be dependent on a lot of factors. What I can tell you is if you only have the life insurance provided to you through your work that covers 1 to 1.5 times your salary, you are underinsured. That is not going to make it very far, because by covering 1 to 1.5 times of your salary, we know that all your life insurance is doing is covering a year, right, of life, a year of what you would have brought in. That's not enough. And you probably want better than that for your family. So I don't sell life insurance products, but I can tell you I have a lot of life insurance covering myself to the tune of lots of money. Okay, so we're 7 figures in life insurance to make sure that, you know, my 4 children would have enough. If I'm gone, there is the loss of all the things that I provide to them, the income, the love and support, the driving to 9,000 hockey practices, and paying for the Fridays of daycare that I usually spend time with them and don't work. So there's lots of loss there. And so I'm a person that carries 7 figures in life insurance. And a lot of my clients, by the time they sit down with somebody and they really think about and think critically through, okay, how much does a year in the life of my children really cost our family? How much do I bring to the family? How much do I contribute for the family? They're seeing that the monetary value is a lot higher than they originally thought when they weren't thinking about it before. So if you're watching this and you're in your 30s and 40s, take a critical thought about getting some life insurance and making sure that you have enough that it's going to make a meaningful difference to your family if you were to pass away and now they're without you. Taylor Kaspar here, owner, managing attorney of Legacy Estate Planning in Burnsville.